Nigeria to Benin, Togo, and Ghana for just 500,000 naira.
Step 1, get your yellow fever card.
What I did was I thought I was going to be needing a yellow fever card. So as a first-time traveler, although I wasn't a first-time traveler, but as a first-time traveler, you want to get your yellow card sorted out. So all the way to this international airport that's at Ikeja, where I was able to get a yellow fever card. I will leave the video somewhere. So I went there, I got my yellow fever card within 1 hour of getting there. I got my yellow fever card, and that was so easy. It was the first step I took, and it practically cost me like 2,000 naira. In naira, 2,000 naira. You can get your yellow fever card from any designated locations. You can just browse through it and choose a location of your choice and get your yellow fever card sorted.
Step 2, plan a realistic budget.
So the next thing I did was I traveled all the way down to Yaba in Lagos, because there are so many buses that are really close by. I was comparing prices from GIG to cross country to all the other bus stations. I got their contact, I found out the fees, and I was very, very okay with GIG, and I chose GIG for my travel to Ghana. So what I actually did was, when I got there, they told me that I have to download the app and I had to book the ticket through the app. Now, I know so many travel agents this period are saying if you want to travel from Nigeria down to Ghana or Benin, Togo, Ghana, their fees are very exorbitant. So this video is how you can cut off unnecessarily travel agent fees. Take note of some things. I wrote them down, so I'm going to be looking at it from time to time. If you want to travel less, the first thing you're going to consider is your number of days. For example, if you're traveling to a new country, you just want to boost your travel history, and you don't have that much amount of money to get to that country, what you should be considering is to reduce your number of days. For example, you want to travel to Ghana, and normal travel agency will charge you for 7 days in Ghana, but because you are traveling on a budget but still you're going to enjoy your luxury travel, then you should consider traveling for just 3 days or just 2 nights in that country, just to reduce your budget. So that's the one thing you should consider. The next thing you should consider is your booking your tickets on time. So if you're going to walk up to the flight tickets and you want to book your ticket that same day, of course it's going to be 100% more expensive than if you book it weeks or days before. Another thing you want to consider is your number of travelers. Traveling to Ghana as a solo traveler, you should have a budget of 500,000 naira. And if you've watched this video earlier, you will see how sweet and clean the Airbnb is, because my non-negotiable is where I sleep. I'm not going to negotiate where I sleep. I'm going to spend most of my money on where I sleep. Okay, and so that should also be a non-negotiable. Choose your non-negotiable. If it's food that is your most priority, if it's your flight ticket rather than going by bus, you know what your non-negotiable is. For me, it's where I'm going to sleep. I'm going to choose an Airbnb over a hotel any day, anytime, and so I chose the best Airbnb. And for those people that have gotten the travel guide, I will be linking out all the phone numbers to the Airbnb, so you can come. This Airbnb in Ghana is the best. It's the best. Like, take a look at all these things. Just to play, and that is our kitchen, and the room is the other way. Like, this whole apartment is just oh. Reduce your number of days, know the number of travelers. For example, if you're going alone, you're going to spend more, but if you're going in a group like 2, 3, it shouldn't really be so much. My recommendation, maximum of let's say 4, because 4 can enter one cab, okay, maximum of 4 persons. So that will actually reduce your cost. But a single person from Lagos to Ghana, you should have, just as a solo traveler, 500k is okay. So the number of travelers will actually reduce your cost and make you enjoy more. And then you're going to be considering the cash. So in Ghana, cash is key, and then that was why I had to download the app Gray Finance, because they were able to handle all my transfers. It was as if I was in Nigeria. It was so seamless and so easy and very, very affordable too. Another thing you have to consider is a carry-on snack. So if you're traveling on a budget, you should carry a carry-on snacks. You should carry things like let's say coffee, just little things from Nigeria here that you can easily have access to, you can easily snack on, that will make your life so easy. Okay, so on the next part, I'm going to talk about my day-to-day itineraries. Okay, so everything fits into my 500,000 naira budget. So the first thing I did was to book the GIG trip online. If you use my code, you're actually going to get in a discount. I'll write it somewhere within the screen. So download the GIG app like I did and book online. If not, you could use any of the other transportation services. Doesn't have any discount, but I'm going to leave the video and the prices somewhere in the screen. So the next thing, when I got to Ghana, I went for dinner because I left Lagos around 6 o'clock in the morning, and then we got to Ghana around 6 p.m. in the night. Although I got to Aflao border around 12 p.m. in the daytime. They are like 12. So the first thing I did was to go for dinner. So I went to my dinner at this Star Bite dinner in Ghana. I really enjoyed their kebab. I've been hearing about kebab. You know, there was a time that Cardi B was in Ghana, and then the artists and musicians in Ghana were saying they went to see Cardi B, and then they didn't see her because she was somewhere enjoying eating kebab. So I wanted to taste that kebab, and then I tasted it. It tastes somehow like suya, and it has this, I feel it's better because it's a bit softer and crunch and tastier than the regular dried suya in Nigeria. So it was really nice. And so I took a Starbite dinner, and that same day I came. So I arrived at the park, and then I took a dinner, and then I did an Osu night, and then I went to the hotel. That's the Airbnb where I stayed. I lodged in the Airbnb that day. The next day, we went from the Airbnb. I took breakfast. I took some snacks like coffee, and then the next day I went to Aburi Botanical Garden, and then went to the waterfall. Really amazing. You should try that. And then we went to a dinner at a local restaurant, eat light soup, and then we took a public transport home. So if you're also on a budget, you should consider taking public transport, but you would like to be safe. So those people that are on this my travel guide, they'll be getting all the phone numbers of even the bus Uber that will be waiting for you at the park, the Uber rider that will be waiting for you at the park when you get to Ghana, and you'll be getting all their numbers, all their details right there. And then on day 3, that was the day I was coming back to Nigeria. On day 3, went to Black Star Gate, went to the library, went to Labidi Beach. I bought Banku. Why I no go chop Banku? I bought that Banku, and I bought Ghana jollof rice, and then
So this was the menu for what we ordered. Everything was not up to 100 Ghana cedis. After we went to the market, we bought some souvenirs, and I promised my customers at Bikini Niger Travels, I promised them that we're going to get enough souvenirs so that the people that are following us on our next trip will have free souvenirs for the trip that they didn't come to. Interested in our next trip, come and we'll give you Ghanaian souvenirs for it.
Went back to the GIG park, and we took the 9th bus back to Nigeria. So And this travel guide, if you're interested in the travel guide, you can just check the link in bio. We're going to talk about the destination, the number of travelers, the budget you have, the flight and everything, the accommodation, daily itinerary, food and dinner, transportation within the country you're in, that is within the destination location, that's within the country you're traveling to, where what to pack, how to travel light, how to pack capsules, that's a packaging checklist, safety and health, because you would not want to be shocked when you're in the country and then you have malaria, so you need to carry some safety and health issue, first aid and memories and post-trip summary. So this is practically it. And before I traveled, I went to the store and I went to get some non-negotiables. Now, when I mean non-negotiables, I mean non-negotiables. And I know I was going to be bored in the bus, so I went to get this. And anytime I hear this brand, I'm like, take all my money, take all my money, take all my money. I'm talking about no other brand, but I got this. I got the Oraimo power bank because I know that I'm gonna need the power bank, and I got this on my way, just preparing to travel. So while I was in the bus, definitely I had to change my money, and you don't need to change to Naira before you travel, because on the bus, when you get to both Benin Republic border, Benin border, Togo border, there are people actually there on standby, ready to take your transfers and give you cash. And when I was checking the exchange rate online, it was saying 1 naira to 145 Ghana cedis, but when I traveled, it was 1 naira to 125 Ghana cedis. So it was actually cheaper for me to exchange at Togo border, that's like Aflao border. It was really cheaper for me to do the exchange at Aflao border. So hold that into accountability. And the Airbnb cost like let's say 30,000. I know something about Airbnbs in Ghana is that they are not going to show you the location until and then you're going to exchange rate is actually cheaper, while at Togo Aflao border, that's the Togo Ghana border, it's actually very cheap. So for first time travelers, you're going to be having 12 stamps, 12 stamps, like 12 stamps, and you're going to really, really enjoy yourself while you're on this journey, because especially the more the merrier. While you're at Aburi Garden, you can actually consider doing the batik making. The Willy waterfall is amazing. There are 2 different waterfalls in one location. You actually want to see this because it's one of a kind, something that you won't even find anywhere. So that Aburi waterfall was actually amazing. It was amazing. But you need to know, if you're lazy or if you're tired or if you're sick, you're going to walk. You are going to take a walk, but it's going to be worth it, because there's this energy burst when you're in nature, and when you're in nature's finest, when it's just like you're seeing raw gold, or you're seeing raw crude, or you're seeing that's waterfall. You'll be so excited, and it's a really, really amazing journey. For those of you that are buying my travel guide, remember that I have everything in breakdown. Just know that with less than 500,000, what's going to take most of your money is actually the transportation. Transportation from here, Lagos to Ghana, for 2 should be close to 390,000 for 390,000. So for a couple of 2, which is transportation for the 2 of you, is 390,000. Just imagine accommodation is sorted, what's just left is feeding, dinner and tours. So if 390,000 is out of 500,000, so just imagine what's left. That's like 110 will not be enough. But that means if you're on a budget of 500, that means you're going to stay in the hotel of like 300 Ghana cedis. You're going to be in the hotel of 300 Ghana cedis for 2 nights. A dinner in that place, food is around like 50 to 100 Ghana cedis. So you know that you're going to be taking some breakfast, that's some coffee and some other things from Nigeria here. So you can actually work with 500,000 naira for two. You can work with 500,000 naira for two people to from Lagos to Ghana comfortably. If you're working on a budget, you can actually do it. So you don't have any reason not to stamp your passport this year. Okay, get up, stand up, and be on the move. Walk, enjoy yourself. And guess what? The GIG transportation is going to handle all your border protocols from Benin to Togo, from Togo to Ghana. You will not have any problem at all. To be so seamless, you'll be like, am I in another country? In the next video, I'll be telling you how I was able to manage to go from Lagos. This one is strictly by flight. How I was able to manage from Lagos to Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania for just 2 million naira. So you don't want to miss it in our next video. If you are waiting for this video, can you just comment down below and let you know when I bring up the video. I'll personally reply your message. And also, if you want the travel guide, like I said earlier, this travel guide will be updated frequently. We are going to be updating this travel guide. It's a one-time payment, and like I said, it's a luxury budget travel guide. The first one we did was Benin, Togo, Ghana for 500,000 naira. Tours, including tours, accommodation. And you know, I don't negotiate my accommodation. Like the Airbnb, the video we posted is sweet. Okay, the next one is Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania for 2 million naira. This is what your travel agent will charge: 2 million naira for just Tanzania, or 2 million naira for just Kenya. Now you're doing 3-in-1 for 2 million naira. This travel guide will be adding more destinations, and we are going to be updating it, so it's something you don't want to miss. If you're interested in this travel guide, please comment down below so that I know you're interested, and I will let you know everything you need to know, put you on the travel guide immediately. Okay, so until next time, when I show the next video of Rwanda, Kenya and Tanzania, I know you'll be waiting. Bye.